Welcome to the O2 messaging.
Hello?
You died on me again?
Yeah, it's my phone. It was my phone.
Yeah.
My phone keeps cutting out every now and again now. I realise. I don't know what it is, so I'm going to have to probably reset my factory settings on my phone.
Yeah.
But yeah, no, I was saying that Jonathan Banks, he was sort of like an understudy to Emmanuel Stewart. And obviously Vladimir Klitschko trained Emmanuel Stewart, was trained by Emmanuel Stewart as well.
Stewart, yeah.
So
it's a big jump, at this stage of his career.
Yeah, very different, very, very different.
It's a very different training regimen.
Yeah.
Thing is, it could go either way, because, you're right. I think the thing with Golovkin is that pre-Canelo, no one wanted to fight him, so he was going through opponents so easily that then he had to fight Kell Brook, who then, I'd say, probably gave him one of his toughest tests of his career in the first couple of rounds, and then obviously, had his eye socket busted. So before the Canelo fights, I'm not saying he had easy fights, but he just made them look very easy. And then he had the Canelo fights, which, the first one, arguably you could say he won the fight, but it was given a draw. And the second fight, even then, you could still say that some people probably would have given that fight to Golovkin and not Canelo, but that was a lot more closer than probably the first fight. But it could be just to revitalise him. I think he just had a few setbacks now, so
he's only got one loss in his record, Triple G.
Yeah, controversial loss as well, very contentious loss.
Personally, I thought Alvarez won the second fight. That's my personal
I did as well. I mean, the thing is, and this is going back over old territory, but even that first fight, I can see the merit of people saying Golovkin won that fight. I can completely see that. But I don't think it was as unanimous. I don't think it was like the way it became an outcry that first fight that Golovkin was the winner. It was that was a farce. It was a fraud. It was cheating. I didn't buy into that. I thought it was a close fight.
I agree as well. I thought the first fight was a close fight as well. I had it a draw as well.
I had it a draw. I mean, I thought in terms of the more effective punches, I thought Canelo. I think
he had the more eye-catching punches.
Yeah, more eye. I think what both fights were was.
In the second one, he was more on it than.
He was more aggressive, way more aggressive than he was in the first fight. I think he was trying to get on the counter, but I think that those two fights were the epitome of one guy that throws punches and bunches, and another guy that throws more eye-catching stuff. So I think it was a mix of two styles. One guy that just continuously, punches, grinds you down, punches. Whereas the other guy does the more, wow, that was, whoa, look at that punch, oh wow, look at that uppercut. That was like, look at the movement, this and that. I think Canelo's a lot more eye-catching, whereas Golovkin's a lot more it's the quantitative versus the qualitative, I thought, which is like it's a crude way of saying it, because obviously Golovkin throws quality punches as well, but I just thought it was more quantity over quality. But no, that first fight, he could have given it to Canelo as well. I mean, like you say, I'm with you on this one. I thought it was a draw, but I don't think it deserved the outcry that it got. And definitely not the second fight. Because, I mean, even, who was it? I think it was Steve Bunce. That was like, Golovkin definitely won that fight. That's this is a farce. This is the cheating of the highest level. Blah 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 blah. And I just thought, whoa, this is a bit out of order. I don't think it was, anywhere near that level of like. Let's put it this way: it wasn't Tyson Fury versus Wilder. Let's put it that way. Even though you could probably say Wilder, when you think about it, that last knockdown probably got him the draw. I'm going on to different topics here, but what was the topic again that we were discussing? Golovkin's gone to Sanchez. Golovkin's left Sanchez. That was the topic, wasn't it? I've just completely gone off astray.
No. I'm still with you, definitely.
Yeah. But you know what I'm trying to say? I think what's happened here is that even though the last two fights, Golovkin wasn't embarrassed. He wasn't. There was no shame in drawing and losing a fight apiece to Canelo. I just think because he's had it so easy in terms of all the victories that he had amassed pre-Canelo, that I think this little blip is why it seems to be a blip, and I think they just need to probably change personnel. You always need a scapegoat somewhere, don't you?
Yeah, absolutely. No, I agree. I mean, it happens all the time. I mean, fighters usually they only sort of make that change after they take a loss.
Yeah.
In fact, I remember watching one of the YouTube guys who do videos on YouTube, and he was talking about Anthony Joshua and saying that maybe Anthony Joshua should make a change now. I know he was saying that basically that rather than Anthony Joshua waiting until he takes a loss, that he should make the change now so he can switch up his style, switch up his game. Otherwise, you could easily go stale. And I can see the arguments for that. And of course, most fighters tend only to change their training regimen, their trainers and everything after a loss, not before.
Yes. Yeah, it's very reactive, isn't it? It's a very reactive decision.
Yeah.
But I think it would be a big call for Joshua to do that. I think that would be a massive call. Because, I mean, you look at who else have changed trainers. Jaime Collins changed from what's his name? Freddie Roach to.
He's changed a few times, isn't he?
Yeah, exactly. Well, he's changed. Yeah, but the main change was Freddie Roach to Virgil Hunter.
Yeah, Virgil Hunter. Then he had Goosey as well, didn't he?
Yeah, he did.
But obviously that was probably to do with Virgil Hunter being taken ill or something.
Yeah, something like that. But for me, he's still the same fighter. I don't see any noticeable difference, to be honest. I think
it takes time.
It takes time. It takes time. And with the Joshua thing, I think he's a law among himself, to be honest. Because I think whatever training you have for Joshua is that good. But I don't think you have to overwork him with tactical advice. I think he knows himself what to do. So I think his trainer is more of a. I wouldn't say it's like how in football you have managers and you have coaches.
Yeah.
Obviously the coach will train you on the technical side.
Yeah.
And the manager will do the motivational parts and everything. I think he needs the latter. I think he needs someone to just guide him mentally. I don't feel tactically. I think he's got sussed out, to be honest.
Yes, and the thing with AJ, which I think a lot of people probably underestimate, is how much of a learner he is. He learns in the ring, and he's able to adjust his style in the ring, which is a big thing. I mean, not very many fighters can do that. I mean, you have to think to fighters like, Floyd Mayweather. He learns very quickly in the ring. Think of fighters like Vasily Lomachenko. He's a huge thinker in the ring. He adjusts in fights. I think Joshua is a similar type of fighter. When I say similar, in the sense that he thinks and can adjust within a fight. And I'm not talking about adjust by the 10th round or something, or adjust by the 12th round like Deontay Wilder would do, taking 8-10 rounds to adjust. No, I'm talking about adjust like within the first round, the second round, you see him adjusting, third round, see him adjusting, until he finds that, he's just such a huge thinker in the ring, and people don't really appreciate that. I think
they don't. The thing is, Joshua's got this image at the minute, and I think it's wrong. It's wrong in terms of the way he's portrayed. But I think he's got this image of being this robotic guy that does what he's told, and I think it's the image that inadvertently Eddie Hearn's given out, not on purpose, but it's just an image that's been bought. And I think David Hay also alluded to that by saying, Anthony Joshua is just a crony of Matchroom. He doesn't think for himself. He speaks prepared lines and blah blah blah. But the biggest example that I think I can give about Joshua thinking on his feet and reacting to a certain negative situation was that Klitschko fight, because the Klitschko fight, the mistake that he made was in the fifth round. Was it the fifth round where he knocked Klitschko down and then got completely gassed and then nearly lost the fight in that fifth round itself. But then when he got knocked down in the sixth, he didn't panic. He didn't try and knock Klitschko out as soon as. He took 6, 7, 8, 9, 10 rounds. Those rounds from 6 to 10 to kind of get himself back into it, start winning on points, start working Klitschko a lot more, start making him, do the heavy breathing. And then in the 11th round, bang, that uppercut just killed it. So, a lot of fighters don't have that nous to kind of recover like that. So, you're right. A lot of people don't give Joshua that credit. And I think the role of the trainer is a little bit overemphasized. And I don't know why. Because the thing is, Muhammad Ali's trainer. What was his name again? What was his name again? Angelo Dundee.
Oh right, yes.
Angelo Dundee used to say, "Oh, you know what? I didn't really train Muhammad Ali. He used to do his own thing. The whole rope a dope tactic, that wasn't Angelo Dundee's idea. That was Muhammad Ali's idea. And he was, tearing whatever little hair he had at that time out because of that. But I think the role of the trainer, and again, this is a separate debate, but the role of the trainer is over-egged a little bit. So it could be that in regards to going back to Golovkin, he's, the master of his, of his camp. He's doing what he needs to do, and he just needs a fresh pair of eyes, a fresh voice to guide him and steer him in the right direction. But he's still taking the major calls, I think, anyway.
Yeah, no, I agree completely. I agree entirely with you.
Yeah.
Yeah.